Greetings, everyone. It's me, Kia, the Spiritual Advocate. And I wanted to go live with elemental readings. And if anyone so happened to come through that wanted one, I don't mind giving personals. But this will be readings for earth, air, fire, and water signs. Let's start with earth. I am an intuitive reader. Welcome, Crit. Oh, hey, what's good? What's going on? I'm an intuitive reader. So, yeah, at moments I'm reading the cards, and at moments I'm just taking messages in from the guides. First card out, 7 of Inspiration, 7 of Wands. Second card out, 7 of Voices. That's the 7 of Swords. These 7s have been prominent the past couple of days. Okay, and then we have the 4 of Inspiration as the third card out. Overall energy at the bottom of the deck is awakening. I do have to say the first thing that I noticed with this 7 of Inspiration. This is a space, this is an energy coming in of getting the job done. Pushing those low vibrational energies, those negative things that don't serve you out of your way, and letting that light in. Letting that communication from the universe, your guides, the energy source to come in. Being divinely guided, allowing the energies to lead you. With this 7 of Voices energy, I think it's twofold. One, you need to be mindful of where you are allowing your thoughts to go. What is the inner dialogue? What is it you know you're capable of that you're continuing to question? And secondly, be mindful of that outside dialogue. Those energies or individuals that might come in with things to say against, or that trigger the feeling of being against what it is you're doing. And with this 4 of Inspiration, still in that space of allowing, but allowing the proper things to replace those things that don't serve you, the proper people, connecting with your soul tribe. Everything that's going on with you energetically at this moment, though, is pushing you towards greatness. Has been the word of the day. I've been doing readings all morning, but that word has been so prominent today with different people that I've read for. And now here doing these elemental readings for earth signs. This is what you're shooting for, greatness. And striving for that, that being the desire. The things that are happening around you energetically at the moment are grounding you and propelling you in the direction that you want it to go in. It's still work to be done, but there's been a lot of work accomplished. Take a moment and recognize that. Also, aside from the physical work that you are doing, want to get done, understand sometimes the work is energetic. So whether it be shifting the perspective or shifting your energy, make sure that becomes a priority for you as well. Let's see what this energy is talking about. A new romantic cycle begins. It's time to take action. Be bold and make the first move. Adjustments are required. Was it yesterday? Day before yesterday? Literally. Now you saw me shuffle this, right? But literally, including the overall energy at the bottom, All of these cards came out in that one reading. Same amount of cards, same exact cards. I think these two cards were switched. That might be the only difference. I don't know. But the overall energy at the bottom of this deck, adjustments are required. For some of you, it could be disconnecting from romantic situations, allowing new, more serving ones. Whatever is in alignment to you is being drawn to you. Whatever isn't in alignment is being removed from you. So you allowing this new energy to come in, pushing away those negative, non-serving energies is going to allow this new beginning. The Seven of Voices with this is time to take action. Some of you have been overthinking your choices too long. And it's one thing to sit, but as long as you're sitting and just thinking about it, it's a wish. It's not a plan. It's not something that's going to be tangible until you take this action. So if you're taking these steps now to eliminate, or you've been in the process, because this isn't happening right now, this is something that's been ongoing and has been going on for a little bit of time. It's not just starting. But in this space of releasing these things that don't serve you, what's the point if you're not moving into, consciously and actively moving into this new energy? Make the first move. These connections that you're going to make, these new energies that you're going to allow in, step into it. Step into it. It's being presented to you, but you need to step into it. And this is also a part of the adjustments that are required when, or in this recognition of what's not right and what needs to be. With this Seven of Swords energy, the Seven of Voices energy, with this understanding, now you can choose to do things differently. You can choose to feel differently, behave differently, act differently. I like that energy. I'm going to pull a couple of more cards because I feel like there's something else that needs to come out with this. Hold on. And this is for Earth signs. Oop. So, whatever these energies were, whoever these energies were that you've chosen to separate from, they could have been blocking blessings. And for some of you, it was financial blessings that weren't able to come in, or was being drained because of those energies. And then we have the Seven of Wands. It don't get no better than this. So we have the Seven of Wands on top of the Seven of Swords. When I was saying get out of your head, you've come up with the plan and what it is that you want to do. Now it's time to get it out of your head and start moving toward it, taking the action. And then the Seven of Wands comes out. Wands being action cards. It's time to take action. It's time to put the work in to this thing that you've been creating in your brain. And the Sun card. Be bold and make the first move. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. This is, for me, this is my Ginsu card. That's what this is. This is the Ginsu card. So it's like we've stepped into this new sword energy, this new way of thinking. And now anything that goes against it, off with its head. Hey, my love, how you doing? Of course you can. If you give me a second, I just want to finish with the Earth sign reading. I'm almost done, and then I'll pull something for you. If you could just hold on for 1 second. But this is my Ginsu sword. So all of this struggle that you've gone through, all of this energy that you've exerted trying to get things to go the way they were, you recognizing that things had to change and allowing those things that don't serve you to be removed from your energy, really consciously creating, mentally creating these new things that you want to welcome in the place of these things that weren't serving and you were willing to let go. Ready to do the work, moving into this space of attracting those things and those people that are going to sustain you. You're moving into this sun energy. How dare you not be in this Ginsu energy at the same time? If it's not in alignment with you and not who you were, not who you are, but who you have chosen to become, off with its head. I think it's dope. And then right under that, this Ace of Cups. And I love how it ends on this emotional energy, because in all the decisions that you've made to this point, all of the actions that you've taken to this point, and choosing to transmute the energies that you have been living in, moving through, accepting, it all boils down to the emotions. That's how we as energetic beings create our physical experience. Yes, the thought process adds to it. The physical actions add to it. But when you combine that emotion, that strong feeling towards something with those things, you become a magical, a masterful manifester. And that's beautiful. But you're doing everything necessary. You're making the adjustments. You're doing what's required. Just stay doing what you're doing. And, understand you're not doing it alone. Even if the physical energies here aren't in resonance with you anymore, because that's going to happen. Those energies are always protecting, guiding, watching over, okay? And that was for Earth signs. Hey, love. So I can pull for you. Is there something specific that you wanted me to tap into? Please excuse my nail. It fell off. I don't know if you have a specific question, but the cards come out, so I read them. And I'm tapping into your energy. So the first card out is the Two of Emotions. If you do have a question or something specific you want me to tap into, you can still ask the question. Whatever I pull now is definitely going to be in alignment with it. But I just wanted to let you know how that was working. Hey, Crystal, how you doing, baby? Second card out is the Magician. What the hell did I just say? Feeling powerfully, moving into this new space of balance energetically, emotionally. And that moves us into this Magician energy. I love the Magician energy, because that's that master manifester energy. That's like whatever the hell you think, manifesting. And then the Priest, wow, that, and then the Chariot. This is dope. Like I said, whatever the question was, the cards that were coming out for you were going to be in alignment with it, and it still holds true. The overall energy at the bottom of the deck is this Chariot card. So whatever it is that you magical motherfudger are choosing, you want to do, create, move into, it's happening. But it's in this moment that you need to be consciously aware of what it is you're creating, how you're creating it. You've recently shifted into this new energy. This is a totally new space for you energetically that you're in. Is that correct? pushing towards something. Outside of your comfort zone. Is she still here? Okay. So whether I get a yes or no, it's irrelevant because I'd be right. But I kind of want her to hear it because it's her reading. I don't know if she's here. Okay, I see you. I don't know if you heard what I said. Did you hear what I asked? Okay, so was I correct? You're in, excuse me, you're in a new energy right now. You're kind of pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. You're growing in some way in this new space that you've chosen to move into. There's definitely progress being made with this Chariot card. I'm looking at it. I couldn't help but to see it. But right under that, I have the Page of Inspiration. That's the Page of Swords. There's I'm getting the word downloads, but it's information coming in. I'm hearing trial by fire. So whatever it is, okay, that's what you came out of. It was trial by fire. Whatever it was that you came out of is where this new energy came from, or was the catalyst for you to move into that new energy. You had to go through those situations to really understand totally what it was you want, who you wanted to become, how you was going to get there. Consciously choosing to be accountable, to take control of what was going on around you instead of just allowing things to happen to you is what shifted that energy. And it shifted the way you deal with things emotionally, not allowing them to take control of the situation, but you really being in control of self through new situations. And in doing that, you kind of leveled up. You graduated into a new way of living. Like, there's no way for you to go back to that old way of being. And that's what shifted you into this energy that you're in now, this magician energy, because you're more emotionally in control of self because of what you've experienced in the past. You can now pretty much create whatever future it is that you want to create. With this High Priestess card, I also get the sense that you're intuitive on your own. You're empathic. You are a healer in your own way. Is that correct? Why is it every time I go to ask a question, she disappears? Are you still with me? Okay. Yeah. So am I correct in assuming that you are now building your practice? You have recently consciously chosen to be that vessel. You might not be clear on exactly how you're going to provide your service, but you know you're going to provide your service. Is that correct? Stephanie, do you understand how energy works? And do you understand what happens to the energy that you put out? It comes back to you. So don't cut your nose off to spite your face. You stay blessed, my love. All right, back to what I was doing. You don't have anything to worry about because, the way you are vibrationally in this moment, it's like you're a magnet for whatever it is you want. And as long as you consciously stay in that energy, you're going to continue to attract the things that you want. This is not the end all to be all. We all continuously go through stages and evolution and elevation. But where you are now and where you're going, this was written for you. This was understood before you understood. I want to pull a couple more cards though. And I'm hearing fast track. Yeah. With that Eight of Swords. Everything coming together. This is communion. Anything, and I think that's what it is. That's your biggest thing right now. Trying to pull in your soul tribe. The right people who are going to nurture and support you. And she's gone again. That's okay. And then the King of Cups. The overall energy at the bottom of this deck is the Strength card. And this isn't just a card of getting empowered. This is a card of recognizing that you're empowered. I don't know if you heard what I asked or what I said a second ago.
Hello?
1 second. Who is it?
This is the wrong number.
Okay, hang up, because I'm in the middle of a live. Thank you. I was asking you if this was like one of the main things that you was focused on right now. Wow.
How did she even get my number?
Can I do that? I can't do it while I'm live. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Give me the phone.
Okay. I don't know who that is.
Hello? Come again? No, you have the wrong number, love. This is not the right number. This is 917.
Who was that?
I don't know. Someone looking for Dawn. We don't know Dawn. Okay.
I don't know why she called me back.
Yeah. So, as long as you can consciously stay in that space of understanding and maintaining that you are in that space of being the master manifester, the magician, whatever you call in, whatever you hold your focus on is going to come in. I'm going to end this here because the energy surrounding you and your reading for some reason is a little crazy. Yeah. And it's not crazy. This is your energy that I'm feeling. Everything that's going on is a reflection of how your energy functions. That in and out. You have ADD. In a weird way. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm not trying to be funny. And that's why it was hold your focus. They keep saying the word conscious. Because it's easy for your attention to drift away. But yeah. Ooh.
Excuse me.
That was crazy. That was crazy. And being empathic, it disturbs me. It frustrates me when I connect to somebody's energy And I can feel that they can't settle themselves in their brain. Like the fidgety and like, tranquilo, tranquilo. Yeah, you got to breathe. You got to relax. You got to sit down. You got to meditate. You got to center yourself. And I feel that excitement, but at the same time, you got to learn how to sit and focus because you're everywhere. And that's a bit much for me. But I hope what I did give you helped you in some way. But I got to disconnect from your energy because it's making me feel anxious inside. That's that balance that you still need to work on. This is the first card out, and this is how they end. That two of emotions, finding that balance emotionally. Wow. You're more than welcome, honey. So I started with earth. I'm going to do air. First card out is the Three of Materials. I love this deck. I think these cards are so fucking pretty. Okay, second card out is the Three of Voices. Damn. And the the third card out is the Four of Voices. So, overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the Tower card. Now I understand why these cards came out. Look under the tower. What's under the tower? The Magician. We're all magicians in our own way, if you understand how to utilize this energy. In regard to this, someone needs support. Someone needs to feel supported in their physical experience, but you're not feeling it. You don't see it because you're caught up in your head. You're in the sunken place, man. Whoever this resonates with. You're in the sunken place. And even though you do have these, peaks of light trying to wake you up and get you to where you need to be, you're so caught up in your head that you don't even understand you're connected to what it is you want to manifest already. I do like the fact that you're shifting. It's a slow shift, but it's a shift nonetheless. Hey, Jason. And you're shifting from that Three of Voices, which is the Three of Swords, into this Four of Voices. And this is what they're saying directly is moving into a space where that shift in perspective can be had. And the energy healing and energy work that needs to be done can start. Allowing your guides to kind of take over. I'm going to pull more because I need to ask, once you get through this process right here, what is going to be next, especially with this Tower moment. This Tower moment is a sudden shift in your energy. When you are stuck in your head this way, when you're in a very low vibrational space, the card under the Tower and the Magician is the Five of Emotions. That's the Five of Cups. And when you're in that space, it can be hard to see things in the proper perspective. It's hard to pull yourself out of a negative place by focusing on the positive when everything around you is negative, So this Tower is going to come in, it's going to shake shit up, and it's going to move you into a space where you can start to feel and see and think differently about the situation. And in that transition that you go through with the Tower, because to jump from the Tower to the Magician, that means that this is going to shake your perspective or shift your perspective drastically. By looking at what you've experienced in the past prior to this, you're going to be able to see the truth. The 8 of emotions. The 2 of emotions. This card just came out twice for that last reading for the individual that I was reading for before this. And give me the last card. The Queen of Inspiration. And that's what I said, a drastic, dramatic shift. And then the overall energy then becomes the 7 of material. That's the 7 of Pentacles. That's interesting. This is like the way I read sometimes is like cause and effect. I don't necessarily choose a specific spread. Everything I do is guided. So I pull cards, and the way they fall, the way I hear they should be, is how I line them up. Oftentimes I do past, present, future. But in this situation, I'm getting cause and effect. So this 3 of materials energy is the cause. The effect is the 8 of emotions. The 3 of voices is the cause. The 2 of emotions is the effect. And the 4 of voices is the cause. And the Queen of Inspiration is the effect. So, and it's not, okay, it's not the physical effect, or it's not the effect on your physical experience. It's the actions and thoughts that lead to the way you feel about the situation, and it ends with what you do about it. I'm trying to understand the way they're giving it to me. Forgive me if I'm being long-winded. Anyway, moving on. So, being in this 3 of materials energy, and it's not that I don't feel as though you were in it. I feel as though it was something you were calling in. And calling it in, oftentimes we want something and we think about it, but we're thinking about the fact that we don't have it. It would be nice to have. Gosh, I wish I could have. But in that simple word wish or would be, your subconscious is fixated on the fact that you don't. It's hard for me to use this deck and look at this card and not just see this as a big, enormous black hole of emotion. The beautiful thing about the way energy works is that even though it can be difficult to pull ourselves out of that lower vibrational place, because in the wishing for something, we are subconsciously locked into the lack. Just putting the energy out there allows it to kind of build on its own. It's kind of like hitting that brick wall for some of us. It's not until you hit that wall that you recognize there's somewhere else to go. You know, like I can turn around. I can leave that wall behind me. And that's what that 8 of emotions is. It's a difficult place to get out of, to move away from. But I recognize where I am, I can't go any further. I gotta walk away from this space. So even as heavy as it might feel, I can't help but to give thanks for that recognition. The 3 of voices. Like this whole thing, at least this part of it for me is really that sunken place energy. All of it is that sunken place energy. It's what you go through to pull yourself out of it when you don't have the proper nurturing and the proper support around you. But it leads to this newfound balance within, emotionally, putting things into perspective. And the perspective doesn't necessarily have to be right, because we get caught up in right or wrong. And I don't know who this might touch later that would need to hear that, because I wasn't going in that direction. But that needed to be said. It's not about right or wrong. Because oftentimes people, they recognize they need a shift, and they move into that, fuck it attitude. And that can be a very dangerous place to be in. But at the same time, when it comes to balance, it could also be a very good place to be in. Because it's in that fucking space that you really say fuck it and leave those things. Even if you leave everything behind, if you're leaving behind those things that don't serve you, you're now open to new experience, new situations, new people, new energies to come in. There's always the act of transformation. So the same way that energy you were in that caused you to say fuck it was a transformation or transformative energy. That fuck it energy also can be transformative. We go through our journey at our own pace, and the different points we hit to elevation is different for all of us. Listen, I don't know why I'm saying what I'm saying, but it needed to be said, so it was said. But I do like the fact that even though it was so heavy and there's still so much work to do, you're finally moving into a space. And this is an air sign reading, so it makes sense that you were caught up in your head the way you were. But you're moving into a space where still feeling difficult, still feeling like you're trying to come out of that energy, but you're more allowing of those things that are more nurturing. I'm hearing logical and supportive to come in and kind of assist you in this transformation. And the transformation you're going through mentally at this moment is going to incite action, big action, more big transformation. And this action is going to lead to change in your physical experience. And you're literally moving through to this 9 of emotions. And then the Chariot, I love it. I love it. This is growth. And growth is painful. That's why they call it growing pains. But no matter how, and it's really a feeling of despair. I hate using those words because even the words are low vibrational. But it is what it is. Even in that space of despair, some people feeling hopeless, like you can still, that transformation can still put you in a place where everything can change for you. And that's fact, because I'm living proof of that shit. Everything can change for you. So the next signs are supposed to be fire. I started shuffling, and these cards immediately popped out. I guess I'm going to pull 6 because 4 already popped out. I normally start with 3 or 6. Excuse me. First card out is the 6 of Voices. I love that card. Second card out is the Queen of Inspiration. Third card out is awakening. I'm hearing this is still a cause and effect reading. So these are the causes and these are the effects. Okay. Overall energy at the bottom of the deck, fire signs, is the Four of Materials. Okay, so I see massive progress, but at the same time, I still feel this discomfort. There's something in this Four of Materials energy, understanding who you are, what you're capable of, but still, excuse me, in some way, dimming your light, not shining as bright, as big as you could. I had to, I'm sorry. I saw the Two of Materials under the Four of Materials. And I just kept going. And that was followed by the Chariot. But anyway, so the Six of Voices. This is, sixes, for me, are cards of reciprocity. This is allowing the downloads, allowing the signs, allowing the guides, allowing the energies to move you, whether you're consciously or unconsciously tapped in. Some way, somehow, you are listening to the universe. You are recognizing, hey, my love, welcome. You are recognizing that it's something bigger than yourself that's assisting you on your journey. And you're allowing that assistance to take place. Very much driven, very focused, and very much in a creative space in regard to taking control and charge of the future you're creating. Definitely, I love this card. Definitely in this awakened energy. Trusting yourself, trusting that communication, trusting the flow of energy, recognizing that it's always all working out for you. Not being rattled because you have faith in that which is bigger than you. Because of that initial space of allowing, you're moving closer and closer into that master manifester energy. This is the 10 of emotions or the 10 of cups. I have to point out the symbol in the middle that looks like a flower. It's sacred geometry. And when you start dealing with the energies, okay, the energy I'm getting, I was about to go somewhere else. You're in an energy of consciously creating, consciously manifesting, because you are consciously mastering self, maintaining control, not being affected, swayed, or manipulated by the outside. Being in this space currently of being focused, being in your heightened creative state. And then we come back, you see that sacred geometry is here also. But this is the Knight of Materials. So what it is that you are trying to create and manifest, it's coming in, and it's there's assistance coming in for you to get there. I have to go back to this because one thing I didn't point out is this connection is heart-centered. It's heart-centered. And that's what's calling in these people. these situations that's going to assist in your growth. That's what's calling in your soul tribe. But fire signs are definitely in an elevated state right now, in a state of massive creation and massive transformation, massive awakening. What's this? Confidence is your key to success. And that's what I said. Tapping into, connecting with, allowing these energies to guide you. How could you not be confident? Especially when you're totally in control. That's really what confidence is. Not by definition, but where does confidence come from? It comes from that space of knowing without a doubt what you know or what you're capable of. So how could you be anything but confident if you're aware of you? Not what people think or how they feel, but you're totally aware of what you know and can't nobody tell you anything about it. And that's a very fire sign trait anyway. You can't tell me shit. I love it. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. New moon in Leo, full moon in Aries. This is all fire. Yo, let's see if Sagittarius comes out with this last card. That would be dope. That would be funny. Let's see. No, it's Gemini, but that's okay. Communication is key. And this is not just the communication between you and other individuals. This is you allowing that open line of communication between yourself and your energies. Emotions are running high. Super moon. That's powerful. So this is really just the space or energy of remaining confident, remaining steadfast, and remaining true to yourself. You've experienced what this is for you, so there should be nothing outside of self except that direct communication between yourself and your guides or your ancestors. And that's what you need to hold on to. As I look at this Gemini energy, it makes sense. I was about to just repeat everything that I said, but it just makes more sense to me, this Gemini energy. The two faces of self. Yourself and that inner version of you. Let that shit shine. It doesn't matter what the people around you think, what they believe, how they feel. But let that shit shine. Yeah. And the last sign I have to do is water. I think I'm going to use the wider weight deck. Rider weight. I said wider rate. The rider weight deck. For this last one. Hold on. Newer intentions and feelings toward me. I don't know what that means. But I promise Facebook got some of the most uninformed people. You gotta sweet talk me, baby. I'm just coming here asking questions like I'm supposed to know. Speaking sentences. Hey, how you doing? How's your day going? Would it be all right if I got a reading? You know? That's all I'm saying. Hey, Kyle. You know what? Yes, you can. That's exactly what I was saying right before you came in. I'm not talking to you, Wally. I'm talking to Kyle. Kylie. I'm sorry. You see how they came in, they spoke in a whole sentence, they said hello, like human beings. Okay, is there a specific question that you have or a specific energy that you would like me to tap into, Kylie? Yes, you can. Okay. You're trying to manifest. Oh, okay. Oh, you see, don't do that. I was about to ask you. You're trying to manifest a new situation. The overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the Magician. So this is greatly dependent upon you and where you are energetically. What are you radiating? I do see somebody coming in. This is a hard worker. I like his coin. I think you'll like his coin too. But the issue you have is where you are and who you are energetically. You're not your average Kylie, so to speak. Is that correct? You're more elevated vibration, and not everybody can line up with that. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. Is there someone you already have your eye on? Because I kind of feel like you've noticed someone. It's kind of cute, but it's not. It's his energy that you're attracted to. Whew. You yeah, that makes sense. Are you sure? Or is someone eyeing you? It feels like you see someone or you will see someone. But this low energy is because of those past energies that you're holding on to. Letting them go. But you're in a space of releasing. Or at least you should be right now with the 7 of inspiration on top of the High Priestess, letting those things go. Oh, okay. So that makes sense. If it's not you watching, it is you watching him. Not in the sense that it was coming across or that I looked at it, but you are watching him. Because that's why you still have this 10 of Swords energy. It's not that you're eyeing him or watching him like that, but you're holding on to what you've been through, not wanting to repeat it again. But you went through this for a reason. It was from the situation that you learned. Now you're more clear on what it is that you want to pull in. So now that you've had this situation go the way it did, don't hold on to that energy. Let that energy go. Push that to the side. Let the more higher vibrational things come in for you. Don't forget you're in this high priestess energy. You might need to do a cord cutting. You might need to do a couple of baths, but you have to drop that energy to allow it. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. You're magical. You can't make it up. But you gotta, that's not your job to worry about how you'll meet someone who matches you. Your job is to understand that you are magical. You're you're so full in the magician energy right now that if you're not careful, you will literally block your blessings from coming in the future. As you feel it, as you think it, as you speak it, you are creating it. So recognize where you are and speak over your life what you want to experience in your life. You don't have to know how you will meet that person. Just know that in this moment, if you choose you want that person to come in, they will come in. The same way you want them to come in, they want you to come in right now. But it comes from letting that energy go. From releasing what you just came out of and recognizing yourself as this high priestess. Because you're moving into this Ten of Pentacles energy. And you see how the energy goes from the Eight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. I said 10, I meant King of Pentacles, excuse me. And the Eight of Materials. Not only is not only do you need to get rid of that energy to let this individual come in, you need to let that energy go to let a general energy come in. Overall energy ends up being the Emperor. You're currently in a low vibrational state, but this is not who you are and this is not where you're going to stay. You should give yourself a set amount of time to allow this energy to work its course. To think about it in a way that is not, woe is me and questioning why, but really thinking about it in a way to make sure that you've gotten every lesson that you need to learn from it. That guy puts you down because we are reflections of who we come into contact with. So if all he could recognize in you was the negative, I know. And if all he could recognize in you was the negative, it's because he saw himself in the mirror that you are to him. And instead of addressing himself and being accountable for his negative actions, he chose to look at it through you. Because I'm pretty sure you saw him in the opposite way until he gave you a reason not to. I'm hearing that in a way, and you don't have to acknowledge it, but you kind of fawned over him. Yes, you can as soon as I finish with Kylie. You were fawning over him. Like, he had you. And you were willing to be what he wanted you to be. But you couldn't figure out how, because nothing you did was going to go right. But this is why I'm explaining to you. He came in for a very specific reason. And he did not come in to be your forever person. He came in to teach you a very valuable lesson. And in this situation, if you're able to sit down now and block out that time, how much more time are you going to allow yourself to be in that energy? And I'm not saying just shut it off, but give yourself a set amount of time. Do you need another day? Do you need the week? But once that time is up, you move forward. And while you're in that time, you don't focus on the bad things that happen and woe is me and why is this happening to me. You focus on what the lessons are and how to use them to elevate. Now that I've had this, I know what I really want. I know what I'm not going to accept. I know what boundaries to set. And you move forward, stronger, more informed. You get me? You can get one, honey, but give me a second, all right? There's someone before you. And that's all there is to it. And by you choosing to, like I said, because it came out twice for you, by you choosing to consciously create the future that you want, by you recognizing everything is a choice, including sitting there and feeling bad or getting up and being the kick-ass person, the magical motherfudger that you are, you're going to move into this King of Pentacles, Eight of Materials energy. You are the High Priestess. You are a magician. Look at the cards that are coming out for you. You don't let a regular mere mortal dictate what your future is and how you feel and where you're going. You know? That's right. Love you first, Jade. Exactly. But this is my point. Let that shit go because the financial stability is coming. You jump from the Eight of Pentacles individual to the King of Pentacles individual. And I'm never, ever will I tell you to depend on someone else to take care of you. But you allowing this level up is going to shift your own energy into financial stability. You're going to create your own thing. Because you will now have the proper support. Not somebody just trying to be a vampire and suck your life force out. But somebody who wants to pour back into you. Who wants to support and nurture and elevate with you. You get me? But you got to give yourself the chance. You got to allow it to happen. And it's not always, and I can't stress it, it's not always what I do physically. Most of the time, it's what I'm doing internally. How am I taking care of myself and protecting my energy? So do I work with Gagan? What's Gagan? Who's Gagan? Do not get so caught up in how the assistance comes. We often cut our noses off to spite our face. If we want help and we really want it, we take it when we can get it. And I understand she's very busy. But those moments that she's free and she can work with you, yes, you take her help. You sit down and you soak up everything that she wants to give you. Okay? I'm sorry, I'm going through the No, it's okay. Yeah, that's a control issue that you need to work out within yourself. If somebody is helping you, if somebody's truly going to be a benefit to you, like I call it how I see it, it's kind of disrespectful, especially if you understand they're busy and they have something that you want, for you to believe, feel, think they need to be on your time. That's not right. You're more than welcome, love. Thank you. Okay, as soon as I finish with Avi, I'm sorry if I'm messing your name up. That's something that you need to deal with internally, Kylie. Okay, I'm going to move on now. Avi. Avi. I don't know how to pronounce it. Please forgive me. Your first card out is the Three of Inspiration. You're welcome, Kylie. Okay. The question was, how does B feel about you? Overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Emotions. This is a fresh start, a brand new beginning. But the freshness that I feel from it is like invigorating. I really like the energy. We have the Three of Inspiration, the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Material, and the Sun. Like, for a love reading, I want somebody to feel like this about me. This is like, things make sense. Things fit into place. Things, there's action, there's movement, there's progress, there's reciprocity, there's fulfillment. That was easy. That was easy. That's how they feel. What's the fear? It's a lot. That is a lot. That is kind of scary, right? That's scary to feel that way about somebody, I guess. And that could be the self-sabotage coming in, because that's why I picked the cards back up. Because with all of this going on, that I felt the fear. It was that undertone of fear. And oftentimes when people have something that feel too good to be true, we fuck it up. Was it moving too fast? With this Eight of Inspiration, that's fast movement, y'all. Yeah, that's self-sabotage. Eight of... Yeah. Physically, everything is beautiful. But it's a very intense feeling between the two of you. I mean, like, when it's good, it's indescribable. The feelings that are there. But those feelings, I think, make both of you kind of scared, and you start doing things. Not you, him. He gets scared. So he starts doing things. And that's why you pull away, because then you get scared that this is another one. Right? How could you not be feeling like this? This is intense. This is intense. So as long as you guys stay physical, but when you start getting deep, and you start getting emotional, and you start becoming more transparent, and you start, bonding more and getting closer energetically, like, it's like, listen, it's gonna go wrong, so I'm gonna get you before you get me. And that's why. The Page of Voices. I ain't even peeped that till just now. That's allowing the brain to go everywhere. It's like and it doesn't even have to be something that's real, but it can be the smallest thing. Like, it took him 5 minutes too long, it took you 5 minutes too long to respond to a text, and then the questions start going in the head, and then it starts turning and snowballing into something that hasn't even happened. And instead of like just being patient and not speaking on it and letting it go, and then, asking the proper questions in the proper way, there's a reaction instead of a response or a question. And I'm hearing accusations, like, and it's not even based on anything that either of you have done to each other. Like, the root of it, the first time it happened, it was based on it don't matter, feelings are feelings. But the first time it happened, it was a trigger. It wasn't necessarily the truth what happened, but listen. I know people who are 18 and more intellectually capable of dealing with situations than people in their 40s and 50s. So it's not the age, it's the energy. It's always the energy, okay? But this began with one situation, and there was a trigger because it reminded him of something that happened. I believe it started with him. And instead of asking you, there was an assumption and there was an accusation. Yeah. And then it kind of became that, well, if this is how he responds, this is what I'm going to do. And then he's like, well, she being funny, I'm going to do it. Like, and y'all just kind of have been juggling that kind of back and forth. People have to stop denying themselves what they want. People have to recognize that whatever the situation was before this one was just that situation before this one. That's why I felt the freshness. That's what you need, a fresh start. You need a fresh start. That's what I'm saying. That's how you stop the cycle. You need that fresh start. You need to both be able to say, listen, this is how, like, total transparency with each other. This is how I genuinely feel about you, and vice versa. And feeling this way, this is what I want to try and create or make work. But it's about getting on the same page. And when you say we're going to do this, he's denying himself. Remember, I pulled the cards and I immediately was like, but what is this fear? I'm going to get you before you get me. It's no way you want to suit me up and make me feel like, everything is beautiful, and then you're going to crush me. Don't matter. You keep taking his feelings or whatever you're thinking the feelings are. It's no communication. This is what I'm saying. There's a lot of assumptions, no communication. You guys got to talk. You got to get on the same page. You can't keep saying, well, this is what he's doing and this is what I think, so I'm going to do this. You can't keep doing that. He can't keep doing that. You're treating him the way you're treating him based off of how he's treating you. He's treating you the way he's treating you based off of how that other person treated him. There's no communication about why y'all are doing. Y'all are just making assumptions and acting. You can't do that. That's why I said you got to go back to the drawing board. You allow him to disrespect you, honey. You allow it. You're right in that. You're definitely right in that. You're not supposed to allow him to disrespect you. But you can't pull away, say you're going to set boundaries, and then not do it. You speak it, but you allow that cycle to continue. Because you're scared you're really going to lose him. Yes, Jade. And that's your fear. And that's a fear that you have to get over. Because whether it's him or somebody else, you're not going to be alone. It's not going to happen. But I'm literally telling you, he has to stop being afraid that all women are the same. Oh, wow. That even goes back to his mom. Do you know his mother? Because that's where the conditioning started. That's where it started. He attracts a certain type of person because he doesn't know how to break that cycle. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of healing with him. Hold on, let me pull something. Ooh. Yeah, massive healing that needs to be done. What I like about this is that he is so young. He is so young. And yeah, and I ain't even peeped, it came out in the reverse. The King of Emotions, the Muse of Emotions, the King of Cups. But because he's moving into this energy, I have the Nine of Emotions, the Two of Voices, and Death. Oh, and then the overall energy at the bottom of the deck is Justice. That's bomb. There's a lot of healing that he needs to go through. This is why even with him feeling all of this high vibrational energy and emotions connected to you, he's having a hard time dealing with it. Because twin flames, that's what y'all are. You're supposed to learn to set these boundaries. Yo, they be talking real, like the guides when they speak to me, I don't just read the cards. I have energies talking to me, showing me things, appearing in front of me. Like the way I read is crazy. But sometimes they talk to me like they're very gangster. And they're not talking to me, they're talking to you. So please forgive me if I sound a little aggressive in my delivery sometime. It's because this is the tone that they're taking with you. And they're literally saying, it's time for all of y'all to level the fuck up. It's things that you're supposed to do, places that you're supposed to be, things that you need to accomplish. And the work is not getting done. Y'all are distracted and y'all are focused and caught up in the wrong things. But in this union, there are lessons to be had. So you can get these lessons now, or you can not get them, consciously choose not to get them, and keep repeating this cycle and bumping your head. But for you, you have to become a person of your word. You have to become a person of your word. You say things and you say it with force. You mean it when you say it. And then when the time comes to show and prove, because of how other people might react or what they might feel, you freeze up. You got to stand on what you say. You got to set those boundaries unapologetically. Because everything that you need those boundaries set up for is for your growth, for your betterment. And you do yourself a disservice and you do the people around you a disservice by allowing it. He needs to put stuff into perspective and allow this transformation to happen. It's going to happen anyway, whether he chooses to or not. It's going to happen anyway. This death card is already there. The major arcana and tarot decks are cards that you're not changing these energies. These are things that are going to happen. So this healing that needs to take place is going to take place. This new way of thinking, this shift in his mental reality is going to take place, and that's going to lead to this death, this transformation of energy. Death does not mean somebody is, I mean, it could, but no, not here. Not that anyone is dying, but old energies are dying to be replaced by new self-serving, more beneficial ones. He can deny it all he wants to, but he's going to end up having to face these demons, having to work through them. And because you guys are going to go through the process, whether you choose to or you're forced into it, justice is going to be served in these situations. It's what I was saying not too long ago. As we transmute our own individual energies, as we move into these new energies, I forgot what I was saying. It wasn't important then. But like I said, you got to set these boundaries. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. You're not going anywhere anytime soon. The energy was too intense. You guys are twin flames. You're connected. You've been connected from one lifetime to the next. You will continue to be connected. Okay? It means that you're meant to learn from each other. You're meant to help each other grow. Iron sharpens iron. That's what it is. He's going to help you be a better person, and you're going to help him be a better person. You might not know what it's going to look like, how it's going to shape up, how it will evolve, but that's what it's going to be. What about those other girls? Why do you care about those other girls? There's no reason for you to worry about those other girls. One, because you're not together. Two, because you just realized, or it was just given to you, what your role in his life is. You guys will be in and out of each other's lives for, so what? So what? It's going to be a lot of girls that come and go. It don't matter. He's not the soulmate. He's the twin flame. He's preparing you. You're preparing him. So you can feel how you want to feel now, but as time progresses and you get to that point where that one comes in, like I said, you'll always be connected, but at the same time, it's not going to faze you. In this moment right now, if your soulmate walked in the door and you felt what you're going to feel when you come across him, and he treated you the way you know you want to be and required to be treated, and all those emotions and feelings and actions that you want come with him, are you really going to care about B? No. And I'm not going to say no, you'll care, but you're not going to care in the way that you do now. Especially when you allow your own transformation to take place and you become more elevated and more nurturing to yourself. Exactly. So why do we care now? Time is relative. That moment that we just had, me reading this, is over. What's happening in the next moment? What am I doing 5 minutes from now is all I care about. Where's my money coming from? That's all I care about. It's so many things. And you speak like, you know, you're older than him, but you're far from old. You're not even 30. So what's your future look like? What are you building? There's so many more things that you could give your attention to than this little boy. No disrespect to you, but the healing he has to go through, the trauma that he has to overcome, the fact that you are aware, even if he likes you right now, he can't get out of his own way. He's subconsciously doing things to destroy something good. How does that benefit you and where you're going and who you're becoming? It doesn't. So, especially, like, it'd be different if you said we're in a committed relationship. I would be having a different conversation with you. It'd be somewhat similar, but it would be different. But the fact that you're not with him, I don't care how you feel, because feelings are a choice. And people don't like that because feelings are so powerful, they're so strong, and they're so hard to change and let go of. But they are a choice. I can choose to live my life happily, or I could choose to stay miserable. I'm going to always choose happiness. And in order to choose happiness, you have to choose you. You have to be the priority. You have to be your focus. Oh, that dude ain't acting right? All right. Let me explain. No, not let me explain. Let me show you that I'm the blessing, that you want me in your energy by disappearing. And they always come back. And as women, we know this, don't we? When you give your energy to a dude and you finally get fed up and you bounce, don't they always come back? Because you finally set those boundaries and stuck to them, and you stop allowing. That's the story that you tell yourself. It's not hard. It's not hard because you have mental issues. You live on a planet where literally everybody has some type of mental issue, whether they want to acknowledge it, whether they're aware of it or not. We are all psychologically fucked. We live on the planet Earth. Do you see everything that we encounter and go through? We're not healthy mentally. This is why you have more and more people tapping into who they are spiritually, energetically, so that we can now become back in alignment with the universal energies. We are energy. You go to, my son is in 5th grade right now, and they're teaching him energy. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transformed. And that's because mentally, energetically, this is what they've told you, and this is the story you continue to perpetuate within yourself. We don't even have to let the outside condition us to be low vibrational. As long as we choose to believe, and I keep saying choose because everything is a choice. As long as we continue to choose to believe what they tell us, that's the life we will live. And it's not just some kooky psychic chick on Facebook that you don't see that's telling you this stuff. When you do the research, when you go outside of yourself and, literally just look up successful people and what they do. How did they get successful? It's because they understand the power of positive thinking, positive speaking, and taking action. And there's nothing that you can tell them about themselves. There's nothing about them that you can convince them of, because they don't believe what anybody outside of them is talking about. Because most people outside of you don't have the guts, the gumption, or the know-how to get to where you're going. When people outside of you want to give you their opinion and their advice, is based off of their limited view of the world, not actually knowing you the way they should, the way you could. And they can't, because most of us don't know ourselves. Because we don't know what we're capable of as energetic beings. We think it's all physical. There are limitations, and that's just not the case. And that's where it starts from, and that's why I said she must become the priority. She must recognize how beautiful, strong, capable she is, and make it a point to treat yourself the way you want people to treat you. You teach people how to treat you. You will be all right. But you do need to start telling yourself a new story. And you need to start letting go of those things that are not supportive and nurturing and building you up. including the narrative that you can't be healed, because you definitely can. And I promise you, if you continue to come to my lives, as long as I'm here on any platform, I will always give you that exchange of energy. I will always help you put things into the proper perspective. I will always support and nurture you as a spiritual being. So even if there's nowhere else to go, get in my inbox if you need the assistance, and I will support you. Okay? I hope this helped you some. Wally, are you ready, my love? You are more than welcome. Beautiful. I'm glad. That makes me happy. Thank you. Oh, thank you, my love. So, Wally, the first card you have out is the Muse of Emotion. It came out in the upright. Now, just so you guys know, I do not start my readings with reversals in the deck, but I will read a reversal if it comes out. I do ask, if you get a reversal in your reading, to pay attention to that message, okay? I appreciate it, Wally. Ooh. I love it. I love it. I love it. Second card out is the Lovers. What was your question again? I'm sorry. I got excited. Oh, okay. She want to get with you. She want to get with you. I get the sense you might be a little more stable than some of the people that she's dealt with in the past. Is that correct? And I don't mean necessarily physically or financially stable, but mentally and emotionally, it's like you're more aware of what you want, what you require, where you want to go. Is that correct? Yes, you can, as soon as I finish with Jade, my love. Are you still with me, Wally? Did you hear me? Oh, and the overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the Four of Inspiration. Okay, the feeling that I'm getting is that's one of the attractions. She feels. She might not verbalize it that way, but she really pays attention to her senses, her gut. The attraction is from the energy she feels from you. She still she feels the difference in your energy, but she still worries, and there's still a little bit of apprehension in regard to her opening up fully. But you guys energetically are in alignment. One second. You guys have to keep track of the order you're in. Jade was next. Who was after Jade? Whoever was after Jade, Petra, you can be after that. What do you mean, a reading for Tracy? Yeah, you guys got to get out of your heads. Like, you guys will talk yourself out of a good situation so quick. So quick. But regardless of where she is now, mentally anyway, as you guys progress, it will become easier for her, the trusting aspect. But overall, you're in a good space. She definitely wants to grow this relationship, but she does have to get out of her way. Okay, Wally? Freedom, Jade, Freedom, and then Petra. And Petra's probably going to be the last one I do. Are you still with me, Wally? Okay. But I'm hearing pace yourselves. Not just her, but both of you need to pace yourselves. Be patient with the process, be patient with yourself, and be patient with each other. Things are going to fall into line the way they're supposed to, but you have to allow it to be what it is. Neither one of you can try and force it to be what you think it's supposed to be, okay? Petra is going to be the last free reading that I do today, Jasmine. I'm sorry. But you can either go to the website and book an appointment or call me on Everclear, or you can wait until tomorrow. I'm going to get back on tomorrow and do some more readings, and those will be free. And I do accept donations. My Cash App is in the description if anyone was interested. I was trying to find out if Wally heard me. I'm sorry, Jasmine. I feel bad denying people, but I've literally been reading all day. Okay. If that's the case, y'all need to work it out, because it's reading like y'all are still connected energetically. Y'all are still very much connected energetically. When was the last time you spoke to her? And you haven't reached out since? You might want to. You might want to. You might want to. And then inbox me and tell me what happens. Let me know what happens when you reach out. I'm hearing Aliyah in my head. Jade, you with me? Okay. What's your question? Oh, you had two cards come out. The Two of Voices and the Knight of... Girl, if you don't get out your head, why is everybody so caught up? And you know what's crazy? And I think they're talking directly to you, Jade. Because the way it's coming to me is like, we've shown you, you see how things work, but instead of trusting what you see to be true, you still question certain things. Well, when you feel like it's time, you make that call. Okay, Wally? Oh, I thought the card was flipped. Yeah, I know. The Awakening. Oh, this is cool, though. Okay, yeah. Your overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the Four of Voices. And I feel like, I don't know if it's 2 weeks or the past 2 months or what, but it's like this space of questioning everything. Okay, this space of questioning everything is has been heightened or accelerated in some way. I don't know if it's just been so many new things coming in that has all of these new perspectives and questions in your head or what it is. But these questions, these energies that you're moving through are leading to a bigger awakening, a bigger understanding of self. They said self specifically. You asked for growth. You asked for understanding and clarity about everything. Is that right? Like, you want to know what makes the world tick, who we are, what we are, where we came. Like, it's those kinds of questions. What's your purpose? Is that right? Okay. I don't want to tap into your dad's energy right now. If you want a mediumship reading, I would ask that you please make an appointment for that. That's a different type of energy, and I did one today. I'm sorry. Okay. Even if, what time is it? It's almost 6. I don't know where you are in the time zones. If you want to, even if you want to do something today, like after 8, I can do that. But just in this moment, I need a moment to kind of ground and clear my energies before I go there. Oh, you're on a different continent. Okay. So it's almost 6. It's a 5-hour difference. We can schedule something for like tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, morning my time, afternoon your time, if that works for you. Or tomorrow afternoon my time, evening your time, if that works for you. I don't mind doing the reading. It taps into a different energy for me. Okay, definitely. So we can just leave me a message in my inbox. The mediumship readings are not free. I won't ask you to go through the website. I'll give you a decent price. My paid readings for appointment scheduled ahead is $65. If you call me on Everclear, like if you just want something right now, it's $3.99 a minute. But I'll definitely look out for you on the price if you want to do that tomorrow. Would you like me to finish with this reading? Because this is on your energy. Or do you just want to do everything tomorrow? If you wait till tomorrow for your full reading, we can go a little more in depth than I would here on, okay. So just hit me in the inbox and let me know what time, either like early afternoon or early evening, is good for you tomorrow.
Dang, you still have coffee?
Yes, I drink my coffee slow. Why are you worried?
I want more coffee.
I sip my coffee. Okay, thank you, my love. I appreciate your energy. Okay, so we're going to start this over.
Oh.
Freedom, are you still here? Freedom and Petra. You guys were the last two.
I have banana, Mommy.
How many are left?
2.
Yes, you can have one.
Because remember, I said instead of the banana, could I have my peanuts?
Oh, okay. As long as I have some banana left. Okay. So is there something specific that you want me to pull on?
That felt weird.
Okay, as soon as I'm finished with Freedom, I got you, Petra. You make that banana look good.
Tastes good. I just stripped the banana naked.
Reading on Facebook is totally different than reading on Vigo. I can't check to see who's still in the room. The numbers change and they don't be accurate. Did you hear me, Freedom? You know I'm waiting on you, right? I asked if there was something you wanted to ask specifically or the energy that you wanted me to tap into. If I don't get a response, I'm going to move to Petra. Okay. So what am I tapping into? Money. Hey.
I need something else to eat.
Did you lose money? Are you losing money? Are you not doing what you need to do to get that money? Is something going on? Is something going on? And I saw it when I pulled out the Chariot, and I shuffled anyway, and it still came right back out on the bottom. Whoo! I don't like this. I don't like this.
I probably should have never deleted Spotify.
Was there a loss of a job, of income? Having to start over? Like, it's massive work that needs to be done. Progress was halted. So what the hell is this? You got the 10 of Pentacles and the Chariot in the past. You have the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse with the Devil in the present. You have the 10 of Wands and the Judgment card in your future. The overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the 7 of Wands. Under that, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is almost like having something, losing it. Losing it because of something seedy and having to start over. It's also almost kind of karmic. This start over, there's definitely going to be new progress made, but this is the way it's reading. This makes no sense to you? Okay, so that's the money that you're losing, having to replace it. That's why the Chariot is in the past. You lost your vehicle. It's the actual vehicle, not the progress. Okay. It's still karmic. Okay, did you want a new car anyway? Yeah. Well, you about to get it. You might have to put in a couple more hours. But you about to have new wheels anyway. It's like whatever you lost, whatever you put out, it's going to come right back anyway. And I think it's going to come back even more so. Okay, because that was my next question. I don't have to read you. Just keep telling me what's going on. I'm going to pull the cards and you're going to narrate. I'm sorry. That's, listen, don't stress it. Is he okay? I feel like, it wasn't his fault. It's about to be settled or something like this. Because this is something coming in. This is a notification of something coming in. I don't know if it's a check from the insurance company, if it was a lawsuit behind it, but yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm going to clear this out because this is all focused on the car. If you was questioning, if that was a question in the back of your head, what was going to happen, that's going to come through. No problem. In some way, there's going to be an upgrade for you overall because of this car accident. But I'm going to pull more cards on you and see what else we get. I'm like, why was all that money in the past? The Chariot. I can't. 4 voices, just chill, relax. Now that Hierophant was under there. So some aspect of this is telling you guys to like just chill, be in that space of understanding that things are definitely working out the way they're supposed to. Don't worry about anything. Everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be. I don't know if that's the space that you've been in, wondering what's going on, how's it happening, you know, how things are moving or whatever. What is the overall energy of not worrying about anything? Letting, listening to those voices in your head, listening to those guides. 8 of Materials. Was that the Knight of Wands that came out? No, that was the Page of Pentacles. That's what that was. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. And it's all about consciously manifesting right now. So the same way you said, I want a new car, be careful. The same way you said, I want a new car, and then this situation occurred, and now you got to get a new car. Understand where you are and how what you're thinking about, you're creating. And yes, this is something we all do, but some of us, it works a little differently. It works a little quicker. Our intentions are a little more potent than others. And you're one of those individuals. Many voices. Many voices. But these voices are creating action with this Chariot energy. And they're having impact on your physical world. The 8 is definitely having many things going on at once. But you got to also remember the 8 is right before the 9. That 9 is a number of things coming into fruition. So whatever actions you're taking right now, you're one step away from the actual manifestation. So be careful with what you're saying, what you're wishing for, what you're thinking, what you're doing, because you don't necessarily know how it's going to come in. Be mindful. The 7 of Emotions. You feel deeply when you make these. You're a very passionate person, huh? You're a very passionate person, very driven person. That's why things happen like that. And it's getting stronger. It's getting stronger. Because this is your future position. You have the Muse of Voices and the 6 of Voices in your future position. That's having a conscious level of control over what you're asking your guides to grant you. So if you say, this is what I need, this is what I want, they get to work. Like that. Most people have that, like, it's somewhat of a delay between things, but your things come in a little quicker. So you have to be careful of the causes you're putting out into the world. It's rapid movement. You got that Chariot twice. Give thanks for his safety, but be mindful of how the energy works. I can feel it. People don't always understand it as passion, but that's what it is. People don't know how to accept, how to receive your energy all the time. You're a powerhouse. It feels like, in the way they're showing it to me, you can literally move things and people out of your way. Depending on where you're directing, how you're directing your energy, you can clear a space just by having your presence. Is that right? Your energy radiates outside of you. All of ours does, but I say these things just to give a visual to you, a different understanding of what I mean. Does that make sense? I don't need validation. I know it does. You are I want to give you words like empath and intuitive, but it doesn't even seem like those words can contain or embody what you're capable of. Like magician is really the word for you. It's more than clairaudient, clairsentient. You might need some fine tuning in regard to how you utilize, interpret these energies, but yeah, your capabilities are vast energetically. And it's literally, you think it and it's going to happen. What is your spiritual practice? Are you meditating? Are you consciously trying to control these energies you work through or deal with? I think you need to. I think you might shock yourself some of the things that you're capable of doing if you allow yourself. This is a different energy. This is not the type of energy that I come across often, and I know you don't see it the way I do, but you're powerful. They're not going too much into like specific things that you need to go know, or specific things going on in your world right now, except for that the accident, and they highlight that accident now as a way to, yeah, that means that you're clairaudient. Like I said, you can do way more than that. You just don't recognize what it is when it comes into you. You can do way more than hear voices. What I do, you can do. For real. But they wanted you to recognize that. They want you to understand who you are and what you're capable of. And that's why they highlighted the accident here, so that you can get that recognition and really start doing what you feel comfortable with. They're stressing you have to do things that you feel comfortable with. You might not be totally comfortable moving into certain realms right now. Certain things would be totally new to you. It's no fear there for you to have, but it's a different energy for you to transition into. But if you allow it, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by certain things that you learn about yourself. So whatever it is that resonates with you, whether it be journaling, meditating, just communing, working with nature, whatever it is that brings you closer to that connection, that understanding of who you are energetically and what you're capable of energetically is going to assist you with moving into these upper air energies, these upper mental energies. I think you need to delve into that and really do some more research and make some more discoveries about yourself. It's like a whole new realm is going to open up for you. And that's fucking awesome. I know we didn't get too much into like other things, but I hope this helped you in some way. I don't know if Petra's still here. Oh, okay, love. You're more than welcome. Thank you. Petra, what's going on, my love? Is there something specific that you want me to tap into? Yeah, that's what I was asking. What did you mean by that? For Tracy. Is she with you? Or is she passed on?
Oh, my headphones are only on 10%.
She's in the room with you? She can hear me right now? Okay. I don't mean to give you a hard time. That, of course, that's good. I don't mean to give you a hard time. I prefer to be invited into a person's energy. So I choose not to do readings on people that are not requesting those readings. It's one thing if you want me to read on your energy regarding a situation you're having with someone, but to just invade someone else's energy without their permission for the sake of being nosy, that I am against. So that's why I asked those questions before I started. I just wanted to make sure what was going on, okay? Page of Inspiration is the first card out. The Hanged Muse is the second card out. The first thing I'm going to say is There should be no worries about the lack of movement or what is being perceived as the lack of progress right now. This doesn't feel like a lazy hanged muse. This feels more like you're being prevented from moving in a certain direction for your protection. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. This is not a time to really make sudden movements and choices and changes and stuff. This is a time to I'm hearing heal, put things into perspective, recharge, and allow these downloads, these messages and information to come in. Does that make sense? What are you creating? Don't worry about what's not happening. Recognize what has happened, what is happening. Okay? Eight of Voices. Six of Materials. Four of Inspiration. 1 second. This is a time for you to allow things to come to you. It's been a lot of giving, a lot of putting out, a lot of pouring into situations and people. And even though you've done what it is you felt needed to be done, what you wanted to do, what you thought was the right thing, it's gotten you into a place, it pushed you into a place where it was too much. I can't keep giving. You began to pour from an empty cup into something. So you kind of have been made to be still for a minute, because you got to recognize you can't keep doing that. You have to allow something to pour back into you. You have to be rejuvenated. You have to be recharged. You have to allow. And if you keep moving, you won't be where you need to be when this situation comes in for you. You asked for this. Everything that's going on, you asked for. It might not look the way you think it should look, but this is exactly what you asked for. If you say, I want a cake, and I give you a bag with, flour and eggs and milk and icing and everything it is that you need to make that cake, are you going to tell me I did not give you a cake? Because it didn't come the way you thought it was. So, and that's what this Eight of Voices is. It's breaking out of that space, not being confined by what you know, but taking these blinders off, allowing that light to shine through so that you can see things for what they actually are. The Three of Materials at the bottom. Let me get one more card. The Page of Materials. Yeah, I like this. And then the overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Inspiration. That's moving into a space of being aware of who you are, where you're going, how you're going to get there. Being focused on that and not letting anything, deter you. Of setting those boundaries and not feeling any guilt, not being apologetic about doing what's necessary for you to move into and sustain that energy that you need to be in. You asked for transformation. You asked for things to come in that was going to support and nurture you. And it might look a little odd, like it's not happening, but it's definitely happening. It's definitely happening. Moving in power, moving up in power. I'm not sure what they're saying, but that's kind of how it feels to me. I don't know if that makes sense to you. I don't know what they're talking about. Ooh. This was in the reverse. I don't start my readings with reversals in the deck, but I do pay attention to when those reversals come out, and I do read them. This is the Four of Cups. No, it's not. This is the Six of Cups in the reverse, and this is in your past column, and this is exactly what I was saying. That teamwork, that working together, that support, that help, that nurturing that you needed, it wasn't coming into you. You recognize that, like, this is all just validating what I just said. You recognize that, and you changed the way you were doing things. Your perception, the way you were thinking changed, and it shifted your actions. And when you made that choice, that's when things kind of stopped moving in a certain way. And it wasn't to stifle you. It's not going to stifle you. But when you asked for this shift, the energy said, let me work. And it don't need you getting in the way. So that's why things are the way they are right now. This is a beautiful thing for you. And you making this shift and being set down and allowing this light to come in, taking the blinders off. There's new opportunities, messages, information, things coming in that's going to assist with creating, transforming the physical experience that you're having. But you're like breaking this train of thought, the way you're thinking, allowing those blinders to fall by the wayside is definitely hard for you. Allowing some of these energies that need to be taken away from you is definitely going to be hard for you. You're going to struggle with this. But you'll get through it with this star energy, and that's all that matters. And that's okay. That's the 4 and the 5 of Pentacles. That's okay. Because this is all going to be shed. This is all going to be shed. But you have to go through this in order to see clearly. Has something been taken from you in the past, love? Because I feel like it's something you don't want to lose, something you're afraid of losing. Yeah, what do you need to release? What is it that you're holding on to that is not serving you right now? And it's that thought, it's that perception of what you're going to lose. Work through your fears. I can't make this stuff up. I try and make sure my hands is in the cameras at all times so that you can see I be shuffling the hell out of these cards. A personal issue reaches resolution. Have faith in your dreams. Overall energy at the bottom of the deck. Your hard work is paying off, and that's what I said in the beginning. Whatever it was, the choices you make, like everything that you're trying to do, it's working out, even if it doesn't feel like it. Because when we get into this hangman energy, especially when we're trying to create something, build something, do something new. Okay. We get frustrated. I don't know if you would want to book an appointment with me outside of here, but I have been called to offer you a reading. And I'll tell you, just like I told the last person, because you caught me during this free period, and I'm not big on trying to get people to pay for something when I said it was free, but certain things I don't feel comfortable discussing here on a live for everybody to just be in your business like that. But if you do want to touch more on the subject of your son, you're more than welcome to send me a message in my inbox, and I will give you a very reasonable rate, because there are certain things that need to be said and put into perspective for you in regard to what's going on with him. What I will say in regard to that, and I mean no disrespect, I know how hard it can be to hear certain things. I'm a mother of 2 boys, so I get it. But there are certain things we have control over and certain things that we don't. And it doesn't make it any easier knowing that. But in regard to where we're directing our attention, it might be helpful. And I do get a big sense that because of that fear, the attention is going in one direction when there's somewhere else that it could be focused that might be more beneficial to both you and him. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I had to give you what they're giving me. And then they direct my eyes to this. A personal issue is reaching resolution. Work through all of it. Work through your fears. What do you need to release? Your hard work is paying off. Okay. Now, I don't know if this helped you. I hope it helped you. And then I'll tell you, like the lady before, I'll be here tomorrow if you need more insight. As long as you catch me live here, the readings are free. I do accept donations, but it's not required. But I just want you to know that I will be present if you need to delve deeper into something else. Oh, you're more than welcome. Thank you. My readings, if you book in advance, is $65 flat rate. If you need to speak to me immediately, you can call me on Everclear, but that's $3.99 a minute. Because I'm meeting you here on this live, if you inbox me, I will give you a really reasonable rate. If you choose to go through one of the other routes, calling the number or setting up an appointment in advance, you can go through my website to do that. But I don't want you to do that. I would prefer that you, if you wanted to book the appointment, I would prefer that you just send me a message on Facebook and we'll discuss it there. I'm not going to give you the rate. I'm not going to tell you what the rate is that I'm going to give you, because that's nobody else's business on here. But it'll be a very reasonable rate compared to what I do charge. No problem. You're welcome. Thank you, Freedom. Okay, I appreciate you guys. I thank you for coming into my live. I thank you for choosing me to have this energetic exchange with. I do want you all to know, remember, and never forget that you are some magical motherfuckers. And nothing is impossible, okay? So just remember, you're energetic beings before anything. I choose to be the vessel. I give thanks every morning to the Most High for allowing me to be the vessel. And if there's anyone who needs to contact me, feel free to do so. You're more than welcome. I'm going to end this live now, but I thank you all.